Hello, thank you for clicking and visiting this video. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I'm Anggie Isra, and this is the video for my introduction to feminism class assignment about feminism that is being portrayed in a literary work. I'm from Erlanger University with study number 1220112333139 from junior year, 5th semester. And in this video, I will tell you how women are portrayed in the novel of A Court of Thorns and Roses, especially the first book. I will give a glimpse of what this video is about. First, I will be analyzing about literary work, which I mentioned earlier, is a novel that I've read a few months ago called A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And if you're a Kish or love to read books, you'll probably already know and familiar with this title since it's everywhere. It's the eighth book on social media. And second, I'm going to explain the feminism issue that I found in the series. And last, I will give my response towards the issue. And I know that we may have a different perspective about this book. I myself personally love this book. And that doesn't mean there's no a certain thing that bothered me about the issue in this book. And actually, the perspective that I got is from other readers that reviewed this book. And those reviews made me wonder, like, maybe what they say are true. Okay, next is the introduction. And I'm sorry, I think I should do this earlier, but okay. So, A Court of Thorns on Roses, or better known as the Acotar, actually have the real book is a book series written by Sarah J. Maas back in 2015, and this series is still continued, but it currently has five books, three original books, and one novella. And as you can see in the picture, the first book is Court of Thorns and Roses, then second, A Court of Mist and Fury, third, A Court of Mist and Rain, then the novel of Frost and Starlight, and the recent book is A Court of Silver Flames. And then, as I said earlier, there's a lot of feminism issue in the series, but I will only discuss the issue that happened in the book one. And this issue became a hot topic on social media, especially since book vloggers began to deliver bad opinions and write bad reviews about the series. And it's actually understandable. I could understand why it became an issue, and the issue is about how the author Sarah J. Maas portrayed the woman in the series. Next, how the Archeon sisters are portrayed in the series. So what I noticed is that the main characters and her sisters, which throughout the series were portrayed as a different being, that they are women with different personality, so they grew from the same household and raised by the same parents. They are the Archeon sisters. The first sister was hard-headed and stubborn. Her name is Nesta Archeon, and the second was Elaine Archeon, which is very soft but selfish. And the last is Fairy Archeon, who was literally their slave. Why their slave? Because their family was poor, and couldn't afford things, and they just like fetched the youngest one, Fira, to do things like hunting, going to the wild, and then sell things. Fairy Archeon is the main focus of this series. Almost all chapters in the series are told from Feyre's point of view, and that's why I will be focusing the issue concerning Fairy Archeon. She is the youngest of the three, and the issue after she moved to the fairy world, long after she moved to the fairy world. And by the way, she was just an ordinary girl before she was turned into a fairy. Pharaoh literally couldn't do anything in her new home, in this new court that she lives in now, because her husband, Tamlin, forced her to just stay in the palace and enjoy her new life since she was treated like a slave in her family's house before. Yes. Feyre have an ability. She's also strong-willed and couldn't just stay still while the Aussie world is on the verge of a war. Tamlin probably hated her from honing her skills, meeting her people, and even probably hired her to rule the kingdom and be a proper leader for her people. It's as if she's Tamlin's mistress, a concubine instead of his actual as a queen, or in the fairy world, they call it a high lady. And Fairy then feel suffocated by Tamlin's demand. She also couldn't stand being treated like a weak woman and just a mere material for breeding hair. Continuing Feyre's mistreatment and discrimination, the readers of this series believe that Tamlin mistreated Feyre while his right hands of his court is discriminating her. This made the readers think Tamlin is so controlling, overprotective, and mistrustful, which eventually led him and Feyre to have a toxic marriage. The issue that is considered a red flag is when Feyre realized too long of Tamlin's behavior. And of course, she later realized it, but it just took too long. And worse yet, even after she realized something is wrong and the relationship begins to turn toxic, she still keeps in touch with Tamlin while she's looking for a way out of his kingdom, his palace. And yeah, she wanted to escape. And after that, my response for the last uh, of the favorite situation, I think I would like to convince you first that the plot gets better through the books. I know that the first book is kind of meh, and I understand why it would bother you. Because the issue that's being concerned that being uplifted is kind of yeah again red flag. But yeah, just immediately start the second book if you're like very for because of the first one. In fact, Fairy leaves eventually leaves Kamlin, and I could not be supportive for. I couldn't be more supportive for her, and I totally agree that totally not agree and okay nor okay with the way Kamlin treated Fairy because why marry her but didn't treat her as your equal? She's literally his mistress, though he did not cheat or whatsoever. And woman is not a breeding machine, you know. So Pharaoh had every right to leave Tomlin. Okay, then yeah, I guess that's all from me. Thank you for paying attention and just don't forget to read this amazing series. Goodbye. Goodbye.